We want to make polluters pay. That's our entire focus, stopping pollution at source and remediation for the damage that's caused.
Previously known as the Anglers Conservation Association, Fish Legal is a non-profit organisation that uses the law to protect the water environment, taking action against polluters and regulators that fail to live up to their responsibility to preserve British waterways.
Fish Legal has been around for an awful long time. The organisation was set up and we've existed in one form or another since 1948. All the team are lawyers and passionate environmentalists. I mean, the feedback that we get most often is that we've got stamina. If our members are fighting against whatever type of opponent, we won't give up. We will fight until they get the environmental justice that they're looking for.
Fish Legal has taken the government and its agencies to court 7 times and successfully fought over 140 legal cases across the country in the last 10 years alone. Since 2000, their legal actions has resulted in over £2 million being put towards restoring freshwater habitats.
It's often not obvious that there is something seriously wrong with a river. The impact can be devastating in ways which aren't easy to see, but often they are easy to see for anglers because they have that affinity with their waters. Just knowing that there aren't the fish there aren't the species there anymore, there aren't the river flies, and they are there as an early warning system to know that there is something wrong.
Because of this unique position that anglers have, they serve a vital role in detecting the cause of any pollution. By joining together as members of Fish Legal, angling clubs, landowners and fisheries collectively have the resources and funding that would otherwise make any legal challenge unrealistic.
Any compensation goes entirely back to them and they can reinvest it in their waters and bring it back to where it was before there was a pollution. We're not a big organisation, we're not massively resourced, but we are happy to take on the full might of a water company they are very well funded. I think our biggest case is a case that's known as the Pride of Derby. There was a sewage treatment works. There was also heated water going into the river, and the state of the river was absolutely dire. The angling club were able to take a civil claim against the multiple polluters and secure injunctions for them to basically clear up their act.
Damages were awarded against all 3 defendants, resulting in forced improvements totalling nearly £2 million or £33 million when adjusted for inflation. Today, Fish Legal is still fighting cases like these, such as on the River Wye.
The River Wye is a special river that's close to many anglers' hearts. It's supposed to be a pristine river, supports salmon. It is a site of special scientific interest and also is a special area of conservation. Just recently, in 2020, we began to get the algal blooms.
Algal blooms are not new in the Wye, but seeing them as far up as Slambista is a cause for concern. Algal blooms are often exacerbated by an increase in nutrients in the water, particularly phosphates. As the algae increases, it can lead to less oxygen being available in the river. Algal blooms also shade out important aquaplants that are essential for river life.
Difficulty for us, and I think for the general public, is getting their minds around the fact that you'd expect the regulator to actually have a handle on what's causing the pollution, but they seem to know very little, or say they know very little. They're not doing the proper monitoring, they're not looking at the water quality properly, but they actually have to by law. There's very good evidence of what the cause of this pollution is, but they're just not looking hard enough.
Their monitoring only consists of a spot sample taken about once a month, which has little chance of picking up peaks in phosphorus. To find out more about the source, Fish Legal is using monitoring data from the Wye and Us Foundation to continuously test for phosphorus. The results are starting to reveal what is actually going on in the river. When it rains, there are huge peaks in one particular tributary of the Upper Wye. In this tributary, there are very few possible sources of phosphorus pollution other than agriculture.
The local council has been granting planning permission to more and more of these farms, and the pollution from the farming is going straight into the rivers. We're doing the job of the regulator because we're doing the investigation work, we're paying for it, and we're also taking legal action, whereas they're doing very little. We have the expertise in the law, we have a track record of using the law, as in with Llyn Padarn in North Wales.
We want to go on the bridge out down here. Well, there's this Llyn Padan. Looks nice, doesn't it? Nice and clear. We see all the gravel and the lake bed here. This used to be covered in about 2 inches of decaying algae, making it totally unsuitable for fish population. Arctic char they're a fish, of course, that have been left behind when the Ice Age retreated, and they've set up their home here. But this lake probably has suffered more than most lakes with habitat loss.
Legal action forced the regulator to carry out a 17-month investigation, which showed that the network, operated by Welsh Water, was the main source of pollution going into Llyn Padan. As a result, the water company invested £6.5 million to improve sewage treatment in order to prevent further deterioration in water quality to protect the Arctic char in the lake.
The sad thing about it is just how the authorities really just didn't take any notice of it all and allowed it all to go. We've got to have people like Fish Legal who can bang heads together and put the hammer down and not be afraid to take people through the law courts.
The battle over the Wye is still ongoing. Fish Legal is continuing to put pressure on Natural Resources Wales to take action.
It's important that we keep our eye on the long-term goal, which is making sure that regulators take action and that the polluters stop polluting. And that's what we're doing here, and that's what we intend to do if there's no proper result in stopping the pollution in this river.